You know, just taking a look through my scrapbook, over the years, we've come up with many different ways of decorating your artwork. You know, fancy frames, fancy borders. And one of my favourites, and probably the most expensive one of all, cost 3p. Have a look at this. Just take a 2p coin and place it in the four corners of your work and just very roughly go around it with a pencil. Now, the reason I'm using pencil here is because you can rub the pencil out later on. This is just a guide to start with. There it is, you've got like 4 circles at the corners of your work. Then take a 1p coin and draw smaller circles between those bigger circles. And again, I'm just doing it very rough here as a guide. And it's a good idea to leave a gap of about, well, at least 1 centimetre between each of your circles. You'll see why in a minute. And I often use pencil like this just to mark things in. It's always a good idea if you're doing a pen drawing, because you can rub the pencil out a little later on. I'm just doing this as a guide to start with. I'm doing 3 circles along the top between my corners and 4 circles up or down the side. And there it is. And again, it doesn't have to be accurate. And you can see what's happening here. It's starting to build up a border. Then if I take a green felt tip pen and just go around these 4 corner circles, and again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You'll see why in a minute. And then watch this. If you start at the top of one of your corner circles and draw a line down to the bottom of the next circle and go around and then leave a gap, very important that. I'll do that again. Top, bottom, gap. And it's a sort of rhythm really, isn't it? Top, bottom, gap, and then back to the corner. Now when you get to the corner, turn it like that on its side and go along one of the sides. So you start at the top again, bottom, gap, and you keep going with the same rhythm all the way round again till you reach the other corner, and then turn it upside down, and again, top, bottom, gap, all the way round. And then finally, when you get to your last side, it comes together. Watch this. Top, bottom, gap, top, bottom, gap. And just do the last one slowly to remind you. Top, line to the bottom, around you go, and leave a gap. And there it is. You've sort of created a fancy border around your work. Now, you can stop there and rub the pencil out, or you can just add some dots either side of your lines like that, and you start to build up what looks like a vine leaf border. And you could even put in some coloured dots between your leaves, like that. And then, when you've finished it, it looks something like this. It's a sort of floral border. Yeah, and you can use those borders to jazz up your work, your drawings, and your writing, or just do it for fun. And you can even experiment with different size gaps between your circles. Look at that. And what about using lots of different colours? Go on, try it yourself. A fancy border.